We're live, and here we go. I'll tell you what, that intro it jazzes me up every time I listen to it. It feels like a good techno workout song, Ryan.
I would agree with that. It makes me feel like I'm back on the grid. By the way, Disney, hashtag give us our Tron 3, please. We're dying for it. And also, I love the artwork by our good friend Bill Sarton. I really like the artwork.
Oh,
So way to
he
go.
did. Yep, great
Bill,
job.
we got to give you a shout out. We haven't done this in a while, but I'm going to say it right here, right now. Bill Sarton, you're a great guy. You're a great artist. Don't be surprised if you have me, myself, or maybe Dave and his family are going to get in touch with you and buy some of your ridiculously good looking prints because you've got so many different prints of so many different great historical fictional characters that we all know and love, including the franchise that just celebrated its 55th birthday a few weeks ago, Star Trek. So congratulations to them.
I'll tell you, so looking at his Facebook page, if you're not friends with him on Facebook, I'm not sure if he's one of those guys that adds anybody that friends him, but find him and friend him.
The artwork of Bill Sarton, look it up.
Yep, it is amazing. Just his doodles that he does.
Oh,
it's.
Have you seen his doodles of Batman? They're insane.
Yes, it's incredible.
I mean, who doesn't like Batman? I like Batman.
I do. And the new Batman with, and dare I say it,
Pattinson's coming out.
Dare I say it, the new Batman with Edward Cullen
Pattinson
looks not Edward Cullen looks
Edward
great.
Cullen. It does.
And it's possibly going to be that nitty-gritty R-rated Batman that I have been waiting to see.
Yeah.
None of this cartoony Adam West. Now, don't get me wrong, 1960s Adam West was a great Batman. Mm-hmm. But I like my detective Dark Knight nitty-gritty Batman. And I think we're finally going to get it with Pattinson.
We shall see. Look forward to seeing the film when it eventually does come out.
I think they said 2022, didn't they?
I think so, but then again, if I'm wrong, let us know in the comments section below, because we may get our facts wrong. Because as we all know, myself, Ryan, loves to get his facts wrong. Because I've said how many wrong statements on this program since we've been doing this? Like 3 or 4 different things that were actually wrong, even though I thought they were actually correct statements, but it turns out the comment section was correcting me the whole time.
Yeah, I'm not going to...
name point fingers, but
I'm not going to keep a record of wrongs here. But yeah, you've had a few.
We all make mistakes.
I've had a few myself, but as the shirt I'm saying says, it's not showing off if you got it. So, little Dolph Ziggler shout out there.
I was wondering where Dolph Ziggler. Which, by the way, I didn't know that he debuted as a wrestler with the Spirit Squad back in the day.
He was Nicky, which is
I did not know that.
Which is funny because that's actually his real name is Nick Dimmitt or something like that.
Oh, in real life? Wow.
Yep, and he is a comedian in real life.
A stand-up. Congratulations, Dolph Ziggler.
And he is really good by what I've heard. I haven't had a chance to hear him myself, but when
we may have to YouTube some of his stand-up comedian sessions after this program.
Yep, you might have to. It'd be well worth the listen. All right, so we're about to start the recording of the podcast. Ryan, you ready for this?
Sure, why not?
As the great Hunter Hearst Helmsley, Paul Levesque, once said, "Are you ready?" All right, here we go. In 3, 2, 1. And welcome everybody back into another great, exciting, and wonderful Geek at Birth. It's been a long time. We haven't done this in a month for numerous reasons, but hey, as the great, I think it was as Aaliyah once said, it's been a long time. But we couldn't have left you without a dope beat to step two. Anyway, you've got the one, the only, the golden voice of the South, the human jukebox, Dave Adams, coming to you live and in living color all the way from the top of the state of Alabama. That's right, in Madison, Alabama, in the one, the only, Unrelated at Birth / Geek at Birth podcast studios. And as always, I have brought along my friend from Baltimore, Maryland, the one, the only, the almost done with school, Ryan Permison. Ryan, your last semester just started since we talked, man.
It has. That is very, very true. Once again, thank you for the lovely intro. I appreciate that. It's wonderful to be back. It's good to see you. It's good to see you who may be tuning in for the first time. So thank you for doing so. We do appreciate it. Yeah,
Yes.
it's fun to be back. It's good to be back. It's good to see human beings again. It's good to be amongst the human population to actually be somewhat human, even though we got to wear a mask at all indoor locations. But hey, that is a safety precaution. And I can not fault my school or any college campus in this country, much less the world, for doing that. You want to keep your students safe, that's the way to do it. So I totally understand.
Yep.
But yeah, it's good to be back, man. I missed you. Your family seems to be doing well, which I'm happy to hear about. Tons of things have happened. Lots of things have gone down. But you know what? It's just good to be back and be amongst friends. And you are my friend. And it's a beautiful day in this neighborhood, and it's a beautiful day for a neighbor.
It is. And you know, it's funny. You say fun to be around the living, wearing masks and all that. Since the last time we talked on this wonderful Geek at Birth community, I've had the bug. I had the plague. And I can tell you, it's not fun.
No.
Not fun at all. I went about a week and a half without smell, and I'm a bourbon connoisseur. Like,
okay.
I enjoy a nice glass of bourbon at the end of the night, and 90% of bourbon, what I have found out, is smell, because when you drink bourbon, you inhale a little bit, and without that smell, it's just burn. And so, you know, the joy of drinking my bourbon was gone. So I'm glad to be back among the land of the living. I'm glad that I have a lot of immunity now because I've had the shot. I have the Delta antibodies. I'm good. Bring it on, world. And then we're going to Disney next week. So look, let's go.
The House of the Mouse, I'm sure, is very much looking forward to your presence as well as the rest of your family's presence. So you and I were talking backstage. I asked, who do you think's more excited, you or the rest of the family? And you pleaded the fifth on that one. So
anybody
listen, if anyone's listening in the backstage area, the missus or the children, if you're hearing Daddy on the show, let us know if you're more excited than he is.
Well, the children are asleep, and the missus is out shopping. So,
she's out shopping for more pillows. I see. Okay.
No, because I haven't had any more Funko Pops since the last time we talked.
You haven't had a fix? Okay.
Not yet.
All right.
Let's see. What's the latest?
What is the latest again? The last thing you got?
The Dula Mustafar is the latest I've gotten.
That's right. And you and I were discussing that weeks ago in the chat. So I got you. Congratulations. I got my 4 pre-orders came in last week.
My next big order won't get here till November or October.
November.
I'm getting the
what was it called again?
The Hamilton Pops. All of the Hamiltons.
All the Hamiltons?
Yep, all of the Hamiltons. No bread, no COVID. Superpowers have spawned from me. For the longest time, and this is going to be the weird thing, the longest time, I could not smell human waste.
Oh boy.
So if I passed gas, if I, used the restroom,
you couldn't tell.
I couldn't smell it. My wife would walk past the bathroom and say, "Turn on the fan." I'm like, I can't smell it. It's okay. The only bad time, that this happened is, we've got a 3-year-old. I love Harper to death. She's a great great little girl, but
Wrote a best-selling book, if I remember correctly.
she has. I might read that on the show the next time we record. Just
That would be awesome.
yeah, it'd be great. She had a little accident, and I couldn't smell it, and
Oh, I
and
see.
and she
Yeah.
sat down on the carpet, and I looked at the carpet,
Something was amiss.
and there wasn't white carpet anymore.
Oh, so that's what the situation was. Okay, gotcha.
Yep, yeah. So fun stuff. Fun stuff. Carrie also says, Carrie, my buddy Carrie says, Willie Garson of Sex and the City fame has passed away. I do not know who that is.
Oh, wait a minute. Willie Garson, I believe he played Moz on White Collar.
Okay, yep. And White Collar fame has passed away.
Oh, my goodness. I am so sorry to hear that. Oh, man. He was a good actor.
Yeah, we've lost a lot of actors lately.
He was a good actor. Willie Garson.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
Yep. That is very sad.
You know what's weird? Well, not weird, but you know what's? I'm sorry to hear. First of all, I'm sorry to hear about you, Willie Garson passing away. It's very sad. I liked you on what was it? White Collar was a great show. I just bought White Collar season 1 on DVD.
That's a show I've never seen.
It's a good one. It's a good one. It was really good. Lasted 6 seasons, if I remember correctly. It starred I'm forgetting his name, but the guy who was in Magic Mike. What was his name? Matt Bomer. That's it. Matt Bomer. Matt Bomer was in it. So Matt Bomer was the lead actor. He was great. So, and Tiffany Thiessen, aka Kelly Kapowski, was in this. So if you're interested, check out White Collar. I just put it on DVD from Loved Again Media, which, by the way, Loved Again Media is a great place to buy DVDs and Blu-rays on the cheap.
I'll have to check that out.
I will send you a link.
There you go. A show that I have just started, and as much as I'm a connoisseur of TV, I'm shocked I have never sat down and watched this show, because it is very highly acclaimed.
Which one?
I just started watching The Sopranos.
Oh, they have the prequel series coming out too.
Yep, that's exactly why I started trying to watch it, just because HBO Max is a great streaming platform.
It's
not a sponsor yet. But I thought, why not? I'm going to sit here. That show actually started my senior year of high school, and I never sat down to watch it. And so far, not bad. I'm enjoying it. It's
the late great James Gandolfini.
I'll tell you what, and he makes that show. He was a very incredible actor, and he makes you think that he is truly part of the mob. And everybody in that show. I
think everybody does a convincing job. By the way, I think Michael Imperioli is in that too. He does a really good job. I like him. I'm a big fan of his because I like what he did. He was on Law and Order for a while.
Yep.
As a cop, while Jesse L. Martin was out shooting the movie and the musical Rent at that point.
Yep.
So he came in sub for him. He was really good on that. Then he did a short-lived TV series called Detroit 187. He was the lead character. Michael Imperioli was.
I remember
if you've not seen Detroit 187, look this up. It was a great cop drama with some comedy.
Yeah, I actually remember that. So that's a good segue into what we're going to be talking about. It's like we planned that, Ryan.
And it's cray-cray.
I know, right? So here we are. Fall is upon us. Tomorrow is the first day of fall, and we need to talk about the fall television season.
There's a lot coming.
There is. What I've got here, I've got the article pulled up from Variety.com.
Very reliable source.
Yes, they are. And they've got the top 14, I'm sorry.
14.
Yeah. Most anticipated new fall 2021 TV shows.
Ooh, I'm intrigued by this.
Some of them have already premiered, and some of them are yet to premiere. Now, Ryan, I'm going to need you to watch the comments because I'm going to have to flip over to the article here. So
no problem.
If it appears I'm staring off into space, I am not. I'm actually just reading something. Okay.
No, I can keep an eye on things for you.
Yeah. So the first one they've got here is looks like a mini docu-series called Impeachment, the American crime story.
I've watched this. Okay. I've watched the first 2 episodes have dropped. I've watched them. Really good so far. I'm enjoying it. I think the cast is doing a really good job. And the story itself, yes, a lot of us, maybe many, maybe even you who's watching this very program, may be familiar with this situation of happening. What basically impeachment is about the situation between Bill Clinton and Monica Lewinsky. Does that ring a bell for anybody out there? It might.
Just yeah.
So I'm intrigued by this because I was around during this time, but at the same time I was young, so I didn't really understand fully what was going on. I didn't watch the news religiously like a lot of people did back in the heyday. So I'm curious to see how this plays out. You got Clive Owen playing Bill Clinton. You got Sarah Paulson playing Laura. I want to say her name is Laura Lippy, something like that.
Yep.
You got Beanie Feldman, who I didn't know was Jonah Hill's own sister, playing Monica Lewinsky in this show. And I gotta say, everyone's doing a very convincing job with their roles. I mean, Clive Owen as Bill Clinton. Who'd
Now
have thought?
is this the author Clive Owen?
Well, the actor Clive Owen,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. Well, there is an author named Clive Owen
Okay,
already.
well, no. This is the actor Clive Owen
Okay.
playing Bill Clinton.
Yeah. So he doesn't exactly look like he would be Bill Clinton, and he's not from America.
No, he's not. But you know what? That's the beauty of actors. They play multiple roles with multiple different kind of accents or ethnicity, whatever. This is a good show so far. I'm liking it. That's a good one. That's a good way to kick off this list.
It
Impeachment,
is.
American Crime Story. This is American Crime Story season 3.
Yep. And so I like how they're kind of doing that, like they have done the what's
The American Horror Story.
Yeah, the American Horror Stories.
Yeah, they're all standalone seasons.
Yeah, and I love shows that do that.
Yeah.
All right, so the next one on here, this is a streaming service show that has already started, and I haven't caught any of these, but I kind of wanted to. It's a reboot called Doogie Kameola. It's basically a new reimagined Doogie Howser on Disney Plus.
Oh, okay. I've seen promos for it here and there across my desk, or across my interwebs. I have not checked this out, but if anyone has, let us know.
Yeah, I'd like to know because it's got the Andy Mack star Peyton Elizabeth Lee in the main role. She's a biracial Hawaiian teenager who is also a medical prodigy. So I wish that they would have figured out a way to bring in Doogie Howser and this Doogie Kamealoa. Maybe make Neil Patrick Harris
a mentor,
her either a mentor or her father. But
I'm sure NPH would be happy to do it.
Yeah, exactly. It's not like he's doing anything right now. Oh, I don't know. He's
yeah.
Sounds
Now
like
that
he's
How I Met Your Mother ended like 6 years ago.
Right. It sounds like he's starring in a little indie flick called I don't know, Matrix, which will be coming out in
The
December.
Matrix. What is it called? The Matrix Resurrections, I believe.
Yep. I'm excited. Which, by the way, the first new reformed Unrelated at Birth in 3 or 4 weeks will be about the Matrix. So just be looking
the red pill or the blue pill. Find out in just a couple weeks.
Or you could take the green pill. I don't know. What does that mean? Anyway, so here's another one. Scenes from a Marriage. It's already premiered on HBO. Jessica Chastain and Oscar Isaac of Star Wars fame.
Yeah.
Star in a Haggai Levi's remake of some 1973 miniseries. I don't know. That just sounds like a weird TV show. Not for me.
Is Oscar Isaac and Jessica Chastain, excuse me, are they dating in real life? Because did you see that video of them at the premiere? Like Oscar was like smelling her arm.
Yeah,
the
that
entire
was a little...
time, and Jessica was like smiling and going along with it. I'm like, honey, is this okay with you? Like, are you two dating or something? Like, is there something going on I'm not aware of?
Yeah, that was a little weird and probably not needed. So
what was going on back there that day? I wonder. Are they seeing each other in real life, or are they just doing it for the cameras?
Well, let's fire up the old Google machine.
Yeah, Google. Can you tell us if Poe Dameron and what's her face, the warrior from the Huntsman Winter's War, are seeing each other, please?
Right. Let's see. Are they dating? And Google says
IRL.
It doesn't. Let's see.
Anyone know if they're dating?
No, they are not, because Jessica Chastain is married.
Okay, so they were just doing it for the cameras. All right, thanks, paparazzi.
Yeah. There you go. So the answer is no.
No, they are not dating. Right. So good thing we have our facts straight.
Yep. All right, another streaming, which I actually have seen the previews for this, and it sounds kind of intriguing. Why The Last Man?
Yep. I've read the first of the 5 volumes of this graphic novel series by Brian K. Vaughan. People have been raving about it. They've been dying for this to be adapted into some way, shape, or form or another. I am looking forward to watching it. It is on my list. I just want to. I'm probably just going to wait till all the episodes drop so I can binge it because right now the
Yep.
only first 3 episodes have dropped.
Yeah. So tell us a little. Since you've read the graphic novel, tell us a little bit about the story and what this show will be about.
Well, prepare for you who are either listening or watching this for your mind to be. So here's the deal. Why the Last Man is a post-apocalyptic dystopian, type future story where all the men on Earth are suddenly killed off. Every male human and animal and species on the planet is dead, except for one young man, and a chimpanzee who also happens to be male, so a male chimpanzee. So this guy and his male chimpanzee friend are on the run from all the women who are trying to figure out, why are you still alive and all the other men are dead? Did you cause this apocalypse? Are you a part of the conspiracy? What have you done? So this man is on a cross-country journey, with 1 or 2 potential other guardians. I don't want to say who because that would give away the spoilers. He's trying to figure out, why am I still alive, and can we find a way to bring all the men back, bring them back from the dead? Can we repopulate the planet with both male and female, or are females going to overtake the world and just rule it as we know it? So that is the story in a nutshell. I read the first of 5 volumes. It's really good. I'm looking forward to seeing where season 1, if not, if this is just a limited series. I don't know the full details, so don't quote me on this. But I'm looking forward to watching once all the episodes have dropped because I've heard nothing but good things about the story, and I've read part of it. I like it. So we'll see. So bottom line is, stay tuned.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah, all the men on Earth are dead except one and one little chimpanzee.
Wow. Okay, so it's basically the
It's
opposite.
like I Am Legend.
Yeah, it's the opposite of Handmaid's Tale.
Yeah.
Okay.
All the men on Earth are dead except one young man and a chimpanzee, and then all the women are like overtaking the world.
Okay. I might have to watch that.
Great cast. Diane Lane's in it. And I believe Amber Tamlin from Joan of Arcadia and the Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants is in it as well.
Yep. Eliza Clark is in it.
Ooh, there you go.
It sounds like it's going to be a great show. And it has already premiered on the 13th.
Yep, FX on Hulu.
Yep. The next one, also FX on Hulu, is called The Premise. It's from BJ Novak. Comes a 5-episode anthology in which each episode comments on a different part of today's culture.
Yep.
So it goes from wokeness to gun violence to celebrity and social media influence to bullying. Although each issue is extremely serious, the stories take a darkly comedic and therefore twisted and bent turn.
So it's like Black Mirror.
Yeah. Since each episode is a one-off, you can watch them in any order, and you don't have to actually watch them in regular order.
I may give it a shot.
Yeah, each episode's cast is unique. The only star that Tracy Ellis Ross, Jermaine Fowler, Ayo Ebiburi. Yeah, don't know how to say his name. And then Ben Platt. Ben Platt, I know who that is. Okay. Let's see. Social Justice Sex Tape, for example, while later episodes feature. Yeah, okay. I don't know any of these people. So there you go. There's that show. I might give it a shot. Just because BJ Novak is kind of crazy, and it might be kind of fun to watch. Guinness, enough said. Yeah. Been the baby to be. Okay. Next this is going to be our first of the Big 5 networks.
Okay. Oh, Big 5 networks. Got it.
Yeah. The Big Leap premiered yesterday, the 20th.
On Fox.
On Fox, yeah. The premise says, down under the luck characters try out for a ballet competition show in this mashup of Glee and Smash, which serves plenty of heart and just the right amount of cynicism in this pilot to suggest heartache and dramatics ahead.
Only person I know who's in this is Terry Polo from the Meet the Parents movies, and she was in Law and Order Los Angeles.
Yep. So this apparently, Piper Perabo is in this as well. Piper Perabo.
I love Piper Perabo from whether it's Adventures of Rocky and Bullwinkle, which was one of her first gigs as a young actress, up and coming actress at the time. Don't come at me, bro. Then she was in what was she in? No. She was in Coyote Ugly. Coyote Ugly is a great film. If you have not seen it, check it
First off,
out.
if you haven't seen it, what's
Get on
wrong
it.
with you? Yeah.
Get on it. Yeah, Coyote Ugly is a darn good movie, and I'm not just saying
Can't
that.
fight the moonlight, man.
It's fun, man. And then also she was in Covert Affairs on USA Network for like 5 years. That was a great show. Underrated show, I might add.
And she's an underrated actress.
Oh,
might
dude!
I add.
Ever since she was in Coyote Ugly, I was like, you know what? She's going places. I can just see it.
Yep, I'm excited. Apparently, this is inspired by a UK reality show, TV show, which I was talking with my good friend Ben Harris, who is from the UK. Ben said that he thinks UK television is nowhere near what American television is, which I agree with him on some parts, but the UK has some little shows called Doctor Who
and Sherlock.
Which none of the American shows can even touch.
That's kind of true. Yeah, it's true.
Kind of true. Come on.
Well, I'm not a Whovian, so I don't really care for that show. Sorry, but Sherlock is good.
Sherlock is amazing.
Sherlock is amazing because it's Benedict Cumberbatch.
Exactly. The next TV show that I am excited to watch, and I didn't get to watch it last night.
Oh, you're excited, are you?
Ordinary Joe.
Ooh, yeah. You know what? I saw a trailer for this. I saw promos for this leading up to its premiere, respectively. And I thought, you know what? I'm a bit intrigued. This is actually intriguing to me. And by the way, is the lead actor in the show, is it James Wolk? Am I saying that correctly?
It is James Wolk from Watchmen and, I think James Wolk. Yeah. He is from Watchmen and Mad Men. So the premise of this show looks like, oh, here you go. Ben is actually watching. Yet half the shows we watch in the wait. I don't know who that is.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah. Yet half the shows we watch in the US are based on UK
that is
shows.
True. The UK started it. We're just we're piggybacking off the trend.
Exactly. So anyway, this Ordinary Joe TV show is a lot like the Marvel What If series. Here's the premise. NBC's What If drama explores 3 parallel tracks of his life takes based on his actions in the moment. And while his career diverges drastically in each, there are certain common elements. His college girlfriend, a chance encounter with another girl, and his best buddy, Eric, all figure permanently in Joe's orbit 10 years later. After so much tumult the past year and a half, the conceit this show could have the appeal for fans, so shows such as This Is Us. But it remains to be seen how the executive producers will sustain the interwoven drama on an ongoing basis.
Yeah, it's a tough sell. But you know what? I'm intrigued. And James Wolk, he did a show years ago that only lasted like 2 minutes, and I thought it was good, even though the executives didn't agree with my opinion. It was called Lone Star, where he was playing 2 different people. He had 2 different lives. He was like a guy in Texas. Cool. He had a job as like an oil salesman in one life, and then he had another life where he was like an agent for somebody or whatever it was. I don't know, but it starred him, Adrian Pilecki from Friday Night Lights. You know, was it Texas Forever? So you got that going. So that was and John Voight was in that. It was a good show. It only lasted 3 episodes, but I'm telling you, James Wolk was the lead actor, and he did a magnificent job in that show.
Huh. All right.
It was called Lone Stars. Feel free to look it up. It might be somewhere on the interwebs. I don't know if it's available for streaming because it only lasted 3 minutes. But still, it was a good show, underrated. And Adrian Pilecki is she's a great actress, and she's quite beautiful. So I'll just leave it at that.
Yep. I will leave it at that. So there is a show called One Our Kind of People.
Yes.
It is from the same people that premieres tonight, actually.
Yeah.
On Fox.
It
is from the same people that brought us Empire, except this time the setting is Oak Bluffs, a wealthy black enclave on Martha's Vineyard. We'll see how this goes. I'm not a fan of the Empire series. Just it's not my type of show, but it is very well liked on Fox, and so we'll see if this one it has the same momentum. Now, the next one is one I am super excited for because I watched the original, and this series takes place in my home state.
Oh, really?
Uh, yes, sir. The Wonder Years premieres
Oh.
tomorrow on ABC,
Mm.
but it is not going to follow a suburban white family. It is
Nope.
going to follow a suburban middle class black family in the 60s. And it will be in Montgomery, Alabama, I believe.
Wow. So this is right up you and your family's alley. You guys gonna sit down
Yes.
together on the couch and watch it as a family?
I am going to attempt to show my family the show, although it starts and is on the same time as AEW Dynamite. So
Oh, priorities,
I know.
priorities.
I Here's what I really enjoy. It is going to be narrated by Don Cheadle.
Ooh, War Machine, War Machine.
Yep, I'm
Good. He's a
excited.
good actor. He's a good actor.
Yep. I am
Give him
very
credit.
excited, and it doesn't have the actor's name, but the dad of this show is the guy the black guy from Psych. What is his name?
Dule Hill.
Yes, Dule Hill. That's right.
Yeah, good actor
I
too.
love Dule Hill. He's incredible in everything he's done. He
He
was
was on
great
Suits.
yeah, he was. He was a great actor in Suits. It was weird watching Suits and then rewatching Psych at the same time because it's two totally different characters. But
Two
he's a
different
great.
personalities as well.
Yep, yep. But he is great in both of it.
Yeah.
Jeffrey Martin says DVR. Are you saying DVR AEW Dynamite? Or are
Yeah,
you
you should
saying?
DVR Dynamite because that's like, come on, dude. And to be honest with
Mm,
you, even if you miss Dynamite, all the highlights are on YouTube within like 2 hours.
but this is the Dynamite this week, especially is Dynamite from New York City. And so it's right there in Vince's backyard. So it's gonna be a tough one.
Oh, so this is like a sticking it to Vince McMahon type show? Okay, well then I can
Right.
understand.
Yeah, exactly. All right. So the Wonder Years, we got that one.
Good.
Now on Apple TV Plus Foundation. I don't have Apple TV Plus, so I don't know anything
Neither
about
do
this,
I.
but it's a science fiction book spanned decades and volumes and generations of fans, but not adaptations until now. The sprawling epic about a scholar who spends his life developing his mathematic theories and sociology to the point of predicting the future of a population.
That
Eh,
sounds horrifying.
yeah, I don't know if I want to watch
I don't
that.
know if
That,
I know what my future is.
yeah, I don't like that.
I'd rather. I think what is it? I think you're gonna say, you know what, this sounds intriguing, but not really. I'm just gonna sit back and watch Dynamite.
Yep, there you go, there you go. So here's the other one, another new show on NBC, and I've been seeing tons and tons of promos for this. La Brea.
Oh yeah,
Yeah. When a
yeah.
massive sinkhole opens in the middle of Los Angeles, hundreds fall through to a primeval world, forced to band together to survive, while the rest of the world above ground must try and figure out what happens.
So it's basically
So,
Land of the Lost,
Land of the Lost or Lost.
or a
Uh,
mixture of the
yeah.
two. That sounds.
Jeffrey Martin.
I saw a promo for this, and I'm like, you know what? Not too shabby.
Yep. Jeffrey Martin also says I need to get Apple TV if only for Ted Lasso. I've heard good things about Ted Lasso. My buddy Carrie says that Ted Lasso is a great show to watch.
Interesting.
And apparently it cleaned up at the Emmys last night.
Oh, that's right. The Emmys happened this past weekend. You know, La Brea looks like a bit of. It does look like a bit of loss, but let's hope it doesn't turn into another situation where it's like Manifest, where it
Yep.
gets canceled after 2 seasons and then it ends up on Netflix like 2 months later.
You know, I tried to watch Manifest. The first season was great. But the first half of the first season was great. But there towards the end of the first season, I just lost interest in it.
A
There's
lot of
way
people
too
have
many
said that.
I appreciate a show with twists and turns.
This one
Uh,
had one too many.
yeah, see, I love 24 is probably my all-time favorite TV show
Jack
ever.
Bauer, yeah.
Jack
Oh
and
yeah.
24 is known for its twists and turns every episode. But they did it in a way that made you want to keep coming back. Like it still tied back to the original premise of the first episode.
And that
Manifest,
ticking clock is going to make your head spin.
right? Manifest. Oh, it just felt. I don't know. It was way too
You know
much
what
going
somebody
on.
said? Somebody said that the creators of the show didn't even know what they were doing while creating the show, so they were just making it up as they went.
That sounds about right.
Okay.
That
Anyone
was
else
my
agree or disagree? Let us know in the comments.
Yep, there we go. All right, so the next one is one I think we have way too many TV shows and spinoffs of. CSI Vegas premieres October 6th. More than 2 decades after the original CSI launched a franchise, um, we get Las Vegas.
But hey, look, not a lot, but a few of the originals are coming back. Grissom's coming back. Sarah Seidel's coming back. You got, what's his name? Brass is coming back
Yep.
for this one. And you know what? Listen, I like CSI. I do. And I watched the trailer for this new one, and I'm like, you know what? They're moving into the future, so they're not like just recycling the same like 60 cast members they had. But at the same time, it's like you're bringing the
Great.
old one. It's basically a passing of the torch from the old guard to the new guard, but at the same time, it's still the same CSI. But I'm like, you know what? I'm still going to watch it because I like CSI.
So this is CBS, and it's something that
It's the same thing.
NBC. Well, yeah, something that NBC did. Oh, Jeffrey said technically it's not a
It
spinoff.
is. It is a continuation of CSI: The Original Vegas, so I get that.
Yeah, but so here's the thing: it's like Law and Order. You know, NBC's done this with Law and Order.
How many times?
Yeah, how many different shows? Now, granted, it's amazing. Same thing with Simpsons. It's amazing that they've had such a long run and can make such a fresh season that people continue wanting to watch it. But
SVU.
I think it's time to
put it to bed.
To put it to bed. To stop.
To put it to bed. Even though
Yep.
SVU is about going on season 20 through 24, and it has surpassed the original Law and Order.
Yep.
In terms of seasons, just saying.
Right.
So my hat's off to Mariska Hargitay, and Chris Maloney came back after a 10-year absence, so good on him.
It'll never surpass The Simpsons, though.
Why are you comparing SVU to The Simpsons? Those are two completely different shows.
But longevity.
Okay, well, if I had to pick one over the other, I would still pick SVU over The Simpsons. I'm sorry.
Ooh.
I know. There's your hot take in the comments. There it is.
Oh, there you go, Jeffrey. CSI Miami, CSI New York.
I watched all four of them, Jeffrey. I watched all four of them, and I'm not going to say that I'm ashamed of it because I enjoyed all four of them for different reasons, though. That's the point.
There you go. Then I more power to you. I'm glad that you have found a lane and you enjoy sticking in said lane. Okay, here's the one that you are most excited for. You ready? Legends of the Hidden Temple premieres October 10th on the CW network.
Yes, I will be
Comedian
there.
Christello Alonso hosting the Nickelodeon reboot. It said while the original show featured kid contestants, the new version is for adults and will not be relegated to a sound stage. 4 teams will begin, but only one will remain, both strong and smart enough to enter the infamous Olmec's Temple and retrieve a lost treasure.
Sign me up.
So here is my question.
I will be there.
Will we as adults, when we were kids, we would sit there and watch them do the run through, and they would get to the monkey idol, and they couldn't figure out how to put the head and the body and the butt. Will we as adults be able to do that? Because I can remember screaming at my TV, "You idiot! The butt doesn't go where the belly goes."
It's not that hard. This isn't exactly what we call rocket science, okay? So I think as adults I'm hoping they'll be fine, but then again, stranger things have happened in this world. I'm looking forward to seeing this. I will be there hook, line, and sinker. I'm going to watch each and every week. I'm going to DVR this baby. I'm going to watch it hook, line, and sinker. I wish everyone on this show the best of luck because rebooting a childhood classic is not always easy.
It's not, and I'll tell you, this is one I'm glad they're rebooting, but there is one that Nickelodeon did that absolutely has to come back, and we can get into this now. In fact, I'll give you a little preview because this is something I'm going to write this down. You ready?
Yeah.
Our next episode, I want us to think of shows from our childhood that should be brought back and shows that shouldn't. So
it's going to be a bit of a long list.
Yeah, it will. It will. But here's the one. Here's the one show that should be brought back and absolutely deserves to be brought back. Guts.
Yes.
Do you have it?
Do you have it? Let's go to the referee for the rules.
Mo.
Dude, yeah. Give it to me all day, all night. I wish I could have auditioned and been on that show to get a piece of our radical rock, the aggro crag.
So 2 things that's going to make you very jealous.
I want this.
I actually went to a taping of Guts.
And son of a motherless goat. You son of a motherless goat. I hate you so much.
I got to sit there and watch them tape it. It was really cool back at the old Nickelodeon studios.
Mike O'Malley and Mo in the same arena.
Yep. The other thing that will make you jealous, I have actually touched a piece of the glowing rock.
How did it feel?
Awesome. A friend of mine used to work at Nickelodeon, and when they shut it down, he was allowed to take home a piece of the aggro crag.
Oh my gosh. Lucky person, you son of a motherless goat. If anyone got my pop culture reference, let us know in the comments.
Yes. Jeffrey says shows that should be brought back and shows that were brought. Okay. Shows that should be brought back and shows that shouldn't have, if that helps you. I know that's.
You might have to DM me this later.
We'll figure it out. Talk amongst yourselves. Anyway, all right. So the next one is a Hulu show, which stop putting all these on here. Called Dope Stick, inspired by a 2018 New York Times bestseller of the same name. Painstakingly established how Purdue Pharma developed and marketed OxyContin as a non-addictive opiate, as evidence to the contrary mounted against the country. The limited series, starring Michael Keaton, Peter Sarsgaard, Rosario Dawson, and Michael Stahlbrug, slips back and forth from Appalachian mining community and the halls of the power in D.C. Dude, that sounds amazing. And that cast alone.
I mean, you got Batman. You got, who's the other one? Rosario. So you got Ahsoka Tano is in that.
Good grief.
What is it? Peter Sarsgaard or Alexander?
Yeah. Peter.
Peter. Okay, so you got Peter Sarsgaard. If I remember correctly, he was on Flight Plan with Jodie Foster.
Yep.
Am I remembering that right? Okay, so you got him, he was the faux air marshal. Let's put it that way.
Yep.
So wow, Ahsoka Tano and I'm Batman in the same show.
I will probably.
That's a good selling point.
I know.
If you have Batman and Ahsoka in the same show, isn't that worth buying a ticket for?
I will at least watch it just because of the actors. Let's say that much. Jeffrey says boring snooze fest, in my opinion.
It could be.
Show, and it very well could be.
I'm not attracted too much by the premise, but the cast is a selling point.
Right, and that's the thing. I will sit through a bad movie, a bad show, if the cast is good. If the cast can make me forget that they are really Michael Keaton, Rosario Dawson, Peter Sarsgaard, I might
Michael Stahlberg.
I might stick around and watch for a little bit.
Okay, fair enough.
So we'll see how it goes, and it is just a limited series, so we'll see.
Limited.
Yes. Here's one that Amazon Prime, October 15th. I Know What You Did Last Summer. Turned into a series.
What? The Jennifer Love Hewitt. Who else was in this one? Back me up. Sarah Michelle Gellar, Freddie Prinze Jr., and Ryan Felipe is getting a series.
Yeah, it doesn't say who's in it.
What on earth were these people thinking? Do we know the casting of this new show? Do we know who's in it? Because I'm curious. Because did you know? By the way, did you know they made 2 sequels to this movie? The original one. Did you know this?
I did, and it wasn't good.
Yeah, I Still Know What You Did Last Summer was the second one. Jennifer Love Hewitt and a few of the others came back, and then the third one was called I Will Always Know What You Did Last Summer, and that was a new cast at the time.
Yep. So it is nobody that you've ever heard of.
Oh, no.
In this series.
Really?
Yeah, it's all no names, which could be good because
could be beneficial.
It could be beneficial. I would have liked it to be I Know What You Did Last Summer with the original cast television show.
I was going to say, Yeah. What if the new cast hurts somebody, but it ends up being Jennifer Love Hewitt's character, and she's the one who comes back to raise what on the new kids.
I would love that to happen.
What if
It
Jennifer
won't.
Love Hewitt actually turned to the dark side for the first time in the history of her career? Because I don't think I've ever seen Jennifer Love Hewitt play a negative or bad character ever in her career, unless you count her anti-hero that she portrayed in The Client List on Lifetime.
Yeah, I don't know if I have either. Okay, that's All
Does
right, we
anyone
got
know
2.
about this?
No?
I'm curious.
Hmm.
Hmm.
We got
But there you
2
go.
more yeah, we got 2 more shows we need to talk about.
Oh, I'm curious. The last two.
Dexter, New Blood.
Surprise, Mother Blanca.
Yep. 8 years after Dexter left his serial
That's a
killer
long time.
to live his life as a lumberjack, the show returns to give him a bit more closure.
I never saw
Eh,
the original, so I can't comment on this.
I did. Not a fan of bringing it back. This is one of those shows I would have said does not need to come back. So here's the one that I think you and I are going to say is one of the ones we are most looking forward to. I will say this. You probably won't. Hawkeye
Oh no, I'm
premieres.
down for it.
Okay,
I'll
November
be there.
24th. November 24th on Disney
DP,
Plus.
Disney
Yep.
Plus, and I will be there.
And if you've seen the trailer, it looks amazing.
And Haley Steinfeld is a great actress.
Yes, she is. Okay, and here is the one new premiere show that you and I probably, and I just told you about in our pre-show meeting, that we're thinking, what in the world? Nickelodeon premiered a remake CGI animation style of the Smurfs.
You know,
La 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 la.
no one. I don't. This is the thing about certain movies or TV series that just happen. And I'm thinking to myself, was anyone on the internet clamoring for this? Did anyone ask for this? Listen, executives, if we don't ask for something, that means we don't need it. So why are you
Don't give
doing
it
this to
to
yourself?
us.
Yeah,
Right.
seriously. Like, did anyone ask for Cruella? No, but we got it anyway. Did anyone ask for Solo, a Star Wars story? No, but we
But
got
it
it
was
anyway.
good. It was good. I
That's your
I
opinion.
enjoy, I
That's your
enjoyed
opinion.
Solo. I
I
enjoyed
enjoyed how he got his name. No, no, you're not.
it.
I enjoyed the thing about the criminal underworld and buying spice from the spice mines or something. I don't know. I will say
Yeah,
this. I'll give Solo credit for this because they were airing it recently on TNT because TNT has
yeah,
the rights to this. I will say I do like a bit of the criminal underworld element with Dryden Voss, played by Paul Bettany, and I also like Kira.
yeah. I do too.
Amelia Clark's character, I liked it a lot.
Yep.
So if you just did it as a criminal underworld story about Kira, I would have been fine with it. But no, it has to be about Han Solo, which we don't care for an origin story.
Yeah. I,
Happened
I
anyway, though.
yeah, I kind of half enjoyed it. But back to the Smurfs thing. Jeffrey says it's no worse than the CGI SpongeBob or Rugrats. And so here's my rant for the week.
Okay.
You ready? Disney and Nickelodeon, instead of giving us modern, up to date CGI of 90s and 80s TV shows, how about, because I see what you're doing. You want our kids to fall in love with the shows that we fell in love with when we were growing up. I get it. I want that to happen. But instead of that, why not show them the original Rugrats, the original SpongeBob, which I hate SpongeBob. I despise him. The original Disney, I'm looking at you, Muppet Babies. None of this
Oh, yes.
crap that you have on there with this new summer character. I want the Muppet Babies where Muppet Babies, you make our dreams come true.
I mean, they incorporate. How many people can say we've incorporated footage from the original Star Wars trilogy
Right.
into our show?
So here's the deal. I understand that way back in the 80s and 90s, that probably wasn't cool because they probably didn't have the rights to it. But hey, Disney, you own it all now.
You're a monopoly. You own everything.
So why not give
Just
us
the
that
reruns.
Give us that Muppet Babies.
Why don't you just give us the reruns? You already given us the original Muppets show from the 70s, right?
Right?
Isn't the
Jeffrey
Muppet
says,
show on there? You can stream that.
yeah. Jeffrey says Netflix has 2 CGI He-Man shows. You hate those too? No, I don't hate those. But what I don't like I don't like that they are kind of trying to rework everything. Give us the old shows so we can show them these new CGIs. Cool. But then also show them what we fell in love with. So show them the old 80s and 90s shows.
I mean, for instance, you can show your kids, you show them the original Spider-Man cartoons from the 80s, Spider-Man
Right.
and Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends, which, by the way, you can find those on Disney+. Hashtag not a sponsor.
Also, Super Friends. It's on
HBO Max, isn't it?
HBO Max. Meanwhile, I can show my kids
At the Hall of Justice.
Right. I can show my kids these shows that made me fall in love with the superheroes that I'm watching the movies of.
Just so you know, the Batman you see on Super Friends is not really Batman.
No, not at all. No.
Someone told me this past week, it's like, dude, when I was a kid and then I compared the movies to the TV series, I got a rude awakening about who the real Batman was.
I know. Before I started reading comics and everything, it's like, oh, Batman. He's that Adam West character. That
he's
character.
Not.
Nope.
He's not the zip bang pow, Robin to the Batmobile.
Yeah.
It's like, no. Answer the Bat phone.
No, that little glowing red phone. Nope, not at all.
Remember that glowing red phone?
Yep, I loved it. I remember when Batman '89 came out.
Oh,
such a good movie. But
listen, Dave, you are my number one guy. I mean,
I was 9 years old when that movie
bless
came
your
out.
heart that you saw that at age 9.
Well, no, I did not. My parents
you had to wait till later.
My parents would not let me see it because Batman, Mom and Dad, Batman, and they went and saw it, thinking, okay, let's watch it, see what they. No, it's not the Batman I grew up on.
That's not Batman. That's not my Batman. They were basically saying when hashtags, long before hashtags became a thing, hashtag not my Batman.
Not my Batman, right? But he is the real Batman. But anyway, wow, lots of new shows coming out. Is there a show that we didn't talk about, Ryan, that you're excited to see?
I can't say I'm excited, but I'm surprised this didn't come up on your list there from our good sources at Variety. FBI International, because they have FBI and FBI Most Wanted. Now you got FBI International. And I'm like, how many of these do we need, much less really have? Because listen, Dick Wolf owns NBC with all his Chicago and SVU shows, and now he's owning CBS with all the FBI shows. It's like, Dick Wolf, are you trying to conquer all of television, or are you just saying that?
Yeah, he's just saying that. I've got another show for you. I don't know the name of it, but I've got the good concept. Jeffrey Martin brings up a good point. The same point was made when they changed the animation style of Mickey Mouse, and it was pounded into our heads that kids don't like the old animation style. They want the new style. I suppose the same applies for the other shows. I don't like that, and I've said it before. I think I said it on Unrelated at Birth. Jeffrey will probably back me up. I don't like that rubber hose animation style of Mickey Mouse. I like the old 40s, 50s, 60s
Steamboat Willie.
No, that's a little too old.
Well, maybe not so much Steamboat Willie, but that was a thing back then. You know what I'm saying? Like the 40s. Oh my goodness.
Wait. Jeffrey says Dan Brown's Lost Symbols. Is that?
Oh yes, that's a series. That's a thing.
That's going to be a series now.
It's a thing. Yeah, it's on right now. It's on Peacock. It's on Peacock.
I'm going to have to check that out because I loved Dan Brown's book.
And by the way, Jeffrey brings up Only Murders in the Building. I've seen promos for that. It's got Steve Martin, Martin Short, and a very much grown up now Selena Gomez.
Yep.
I'm like, dang, what happened to this girl? She's all grown up now.
Well, when she gets away
things
from
with kids,
Bieber,
they tend to grow as time goes by. I mean, you look at your two young ones; they may look 3 and 6 now, but in 2 minutes they're going to be 12, 13.
Let's not talk about that, please.
Sorry.
Don't want to bring that up.
Just saying. But your family is awesome. I just want to point that out.
Thank you, sir. The show that I am most looking forward to seeing that we haven't talked about before, I can't remember the name of it, but NBC is doing a new reality style TV show in the same vein as Shark Tank, but instead of appealing to the sharks. They're appealing to the television audience. And you can actually purchase what they are selling. And I can't tell you how many times I've watched Shark Tank, thought, man, I want to buy that. And I Google and try to find what it is. So the way you win the show is the most sales you have in the amount of time wins the money. I think that is a genius idea.
Sounds like an interesting concept.
It does. It does. It could be a concept that could fall flat on its face because people don't want to spend money a lot of times. They want to watch the sharks
Especially
spend
with
the money.
the situation that we're currently living in.
Bango. But it'd be great. Jeffrey says he's also looking forward to Titans. Started the third season.
Is that the competition show with the Rock?
Yep. Dwayne The Rock
excuse
Johnson.
me, not The Rock. It's Dwayne Johnson. Excuse me.
No,
sorry.
it's
Dwayne, I know you watch our program, so I'm just saying.
Oh, let me I'm sorry, you didn't say it right.
It's Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Future President Dwayne Johnson.
Future President Dwayne Johnson. Okay. Yes. By the way, if he does end up running, he's got my vote.
Have you watched Young Rock from last?
No.
Good show, especially good 80s wrestling references. But the premise of it is he is running for president in like a very futuristic, and he's talking about his childhood.
By the way, Jeffrey's referring to Titans from DC on HBO Max.
Oh, okay. Great.
Gotcha.
Show.
Good pick. Good pick. I've heard good things about
it. So HBO Max is on its third season. TNT just started showing. Yep, started showing the show on live TV, which I don't know how they're doing it because it is a very vulgar show and very gritty,
and it's limited commercial interruptions on TNT as well.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's what they're doing with Titans, and I'm like, well, it's a it's a Warner Brothers thing, so go right ahead and do it.
It's worth it. Great show to watch if you hadn't watched it. Lots of good TV to come through. I will say this though. This is the year that the last 2 television seasons, there hasn't been any really good comedy coming out, which I think the world needs more of now. We've lived through 2 years of drama. I think it's time that we sit in front of our TV and have another good Big Bang Theory, How I Met Your Mother, something. Because it's time to do another good appointment TV watching with TV. So if you are a budding actor, a budding writer, write us a good comedic series because we need it. The world needs it right now. So there you go. There's my spiel. There's our show for the week. Ryan, did you have a good time this week, man?
Yeah, I did. It was good to be back. Good to see you. Happy to hear that everyone is doing well and on the mend. So, as long as we're, was Al Pacino once said, "Any day above ground is a good day." So, listen, anytime we're living and still breathing the air that is out there, I say that's a good day to be alive. So, thanks for being with us, and thank you for listening, if not watching us, because we hope we provide some form of escapism for you and maybe even your loved ones during this very dark, disturbing period that we are living in. And hopefully by the beginning of spring of next year, because these things tend to come in twos, once the 2-year mark is passed, I'm hoping that we can put this behind us, move forward, go back to the theaters, go back to the restaurants and the bars and the Comic-Cons and the concerts, and not have to worry about these things called the plague, COVID, germs. No, I want to be around my peeps again, yo. So hopefully that'll happen.
Yep.
Cross your fingers and cross your toes, because we are hoping the same thing for you.
Well said, sir. Well said. If you want to catch Ryan on any of his other shows, Nerd Culture, and I quote.
Yes.
What else are you on there?
I'm doing everything. I'm everywhere. So yeah, check out And I Quote every Saturday at noon Eastern on the Facebook page, simply at It's Nerd Culture. Follow us on all forms of social media. Like I said, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, do all that stuff. Check out my podcast called The Nerdcast, where I talk about some of the latest movies I've had a chance to see. New episodes drop weekly, so there you go. You can drop it like it's hot and get your dose of movie reviewisms from moi. And I'll be here. And in case I don't see you, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.
Yep. All right. You can also catch me on Unrelated at Birth. we're going through a kind of a change on Unrelated at Birth. It's not Adam anymore. It is going to be me and a guest host every other week. And you can catch Geek at Birth every other week that you don't catch Unrelated at Birth. You can also catch me on Top of the World, the DVC podcast talking about Disney. Guys, we love y'all. We love the fact that y'all stay with us and listen to the shows, watch the shows, comment on the shows. Leave us a comment on the iTunes. Leave us a comment on the YouTubes. Leave us a comment. Follow us on the Facebooks, the Twitters, anywhere you follow people. Tell your friends and family about it. And guys, just remember, it's okay to occasionally let your nerd flag fly because we all have one. Guys, we love y'all. We will see y'all in a couple of weeks.